Ministry of Broadcast is a modern retro platforming and adventure game set over 5 days of gameplay. So you've got different things that are going on throughout the days. And it took me about 7.5 hours to get through my completion of the game. Now, I liked the game from the outset because it's inspired, or it seems to be inspired by the old school games like Flashback and Another World, and it definitely has the same sort of retro platforming adventure-y sort of thing where you're going through and you're just essentially trying to live in the world and make your way through it to survive the day. And through, travelling through the world, you end up with like puzzling elements that you have to go through in order to progress. And in the same way as in Another World, obviously catastrophe can happen when you're completing these things and you're just trying to make your way through and live, essentially, whilst the world around you is going crazy, because it's in a futuristic, neon, a dystopian sort of environment where you've gone into an application for some sort of game show to win your freedom over the wall to go see your family and your wife, or, your lover. And through trying to compete for this, you end up with no role and you're just making your way through whilst everyone else has their set roles, police or civilians, and you are just trying to make your way and, get a role and escape, essentially just trying to win whilst everything seems to be set against you deliberately, and just you. Everyone else is not having this sort of problem, but the whole world seems to be literally against you. Yeah, I like the game. It's a really, really fun game, and, there's a lot of narrative. So whilst those old school games that I've referenced didn't necessarily, like, I know Flashback had some text and some interaction and some people speaking, whereas Another World didn't. This is, like, a hybrid between the two, so there's a lot of speaking to people, but it's also more Another Worldy, because Flashback was a lot of shooting and a lot of things, and there is literally a Flashback level, I would call it, because he does have his gun and he does hold his fingers up like he has no gun, but his fingers have magical powers and somehow he can shoot people. So, there's a lot of craziness to it, and I love the storyline, and I love how well it's done. It's really done pretty well. And whilst the majority of the game, you're just trying to survive, there are some aspects where towards the end your decisions do matter, and you can either, choose to save people or sacrifice them when the consequences truly matter. So it's really well done how they've designed the game and the storyline, and the true feel to the Another Worldian sort of gameplay and all of that. I think it's done so well, and you should definitely check it out. And it took me, like I say, 7.5 hours to get through it, so there's a fair bit of gameplay, and if you're going hunting for all the shoes and all the secrets, then there's even more, and there are 4 endings as well, so whilst you might be able to get all of them on your first playthrough, it's entirely up to you how thorough you search and how much you're exploring. But yeah, I like how well it was done together. The puzzles, they're pretty much easygoing. You can sort of, for the most part, see what's going on, figure it out. So you're not going to be ripping your balls off trying to figure out how the hell this puzzle is. It's one of those light-going adventure platformer puzzles. So yeah, I like how well it was done. It was done so well. You can venture off the beaten path to find some secrets and some hidden things. So yeah, a lot of it is timing based though. So a lot of it you will be under pressure to get through it, because the world can literally be falling apart around you at times, or you might be in an irradiated zone where you're under quite literally a death timer to get out of there. But yeah, as long as you are happy to be like doing a lot of frantic puzzling with some timers, then it's all good. But yeah, I like how well it's done. Definitely one of the best retro inspired puzzly platformers that I've seen in a long time. This was done so well. Definitely authentic, like homage to Flashback and Another World. I would definitely recommend going and getting this game, especially as it's £12. That's a good price for this game. Definitely a recommendation.